Welcome to the COVID and Adolescent Development Dataverse tutorial for submitting datasets for review and publication. Contributors should follow the instructions provided in this tutorial to properly archive and share their data and documentation within CADD. The COVID and Adolescent Development Dataverse is a global community of scholars who seek to understand the current and long-term impact of COVID on youth development around the world, and to use that information to support resilience and healing in diverse communities. Submitting datasets to the COVID and Adolescent Development Dataverse for review and publication requires preparation to ensure that the submission meets CADD requirements and archival standards for long-term preservation. Before submitting your datasets, please review the checklist below. You should ensure that all data is de-identified and stripped of any personally identifiable information. Codebooks and other text-based documents should be saved in PDF or text formats for long-term preservation. Prepare any specific terms of use that may dictate access and/or use requirements, and prepare any instructions necessary for interested collaborators. To get started with submitting your data, please navigate to CADD using the following URL. Once you have made it to the COVID and Adolescent Development Dataverse page, you will need to log into your Dataverse account. Simply click the login at the upper right and select your institution from the drop-down, or log in with your username and email. If you do not have an account, you may click Sign Up, enter in the pertinent information, agree to the terms of use, and click Create Account. Once your account has been created, you will be taken back to the main page, where you can see you are logged in the upper right. This is the landing page for the CADD Dataverse. Here you can see a list of results, as well as search facets on the left side that you can use to narrow down results, and a search box to search through the results within the CADD Dataverse. To get started in adding a new dataset, select Add Data, New Dataset. Upon clicking Add New Data, you will be taken to the Citation Metadata and Metadata Input form, where you will enter descriptive text that will help users better understand the context of your dataset. Simply fill out all of the required fields as denoted by the red asterisks. The more information you provide, the easier it will be for users to discover your research data within the CADD Dataverse. As you are filling in the form, please ensure that each entry adheres to the representation rules as dictated by the user guide for submitting data to CADD. You can find this document on the main CADD Dataverse page or via their website. As you navigate through the metadata input form, you will notice that we have provided additional support language to help guide you in entering the correct information into certain fields. For example, under Related Publication, we ask that you share any publication citations that are related to the data being provided within the CADD Dataverse. In the Notes field, users may put a quick acknowledgement, a note about the file structure, or even a note stating that users should thoroughly review the README for further information about the data within the CADD Dataverse. We also recommend providing all of the pertinent grant information, such as the grant agency and grant number that funded the research in which you collected these data. The geospatial metadata and social science and humanities metadata blocks allow you to add additional information to provide further context for users to better understand the data that they are interested in downloading. We have provided some descriptive text here to prompt you to fill in these fields. However, they may not all be completely necessary. For those that are necessary, please refer to the User Guide for Submitting Data to CADD, where you will find a table that details and describes each of these fields and provides examples as well as formatting rules for entering information into these fields. Once you have entered all pertinent information, you will want to select files to add to your Dataverse. Choose the appropriate files and click Open. Dataverse will upload those files to your dataset record. Here, you can add additional information for each of your files. This is referred to as file-level metadata. For each file, you may denote a file path, which will generate a folder hierarchy within that dataset record. For example, any files that have the file path code will show up under a code folder within your dataset record. You may also add descriptive text under the description field that will describe each individual file. Once you have entered that information, you can navigate to the far right and add tags, which will further describe each of your files. If you need to create a new tag, simply enter it under the custom file tag. Do this for every file and save your changes. Once you have done this, select Save Dataset. You will be taken to the newly created Dataset page, where you will see a green success bar letting you know that this action has been successfully completed. Here, you can see the descriptive citation metadata block for your newly created dataset. Down below, you will see all of your files and all of your pertinent metadata. You will also see the Terms tab. To edit your terms, simply click Edit Terms Requirements. Scroll through the options and enter any pertinent terms information. You may also enable the guestbook here, which will track any users who download or explore your data within the CADD Dataverse. If you need to make any changes to your metadata, navigate to the Metadata tab and select Add Edit Metadata. You will be brought back to the metadata input form, where you can alter the metadata that you've already entered, or you can add even further information to new fields that populate. Make any necessary changes and click Save Changes. You can find additional information on updating your dataset record in the User Guide for Submitting Data to CADD. Once your record is ready for submission, click Publish Dataset, Submit for Review. A pop-up will appear letting you know that you will not be able to make any changes to the dataset while it is in review. Click Submit. At the top of the screen, you will see now, next to your draft tag, is an In Review tag. There is also a yellow bar at the top of the record indicating that this record has been submitted for review. You will not be able to edit anything within this record, as denoted by the grayed out buttons. Once your record has been submitted for review, an admin will review the record and make any necessary edits. If the admin requires that you make changes to your dataset, you will receive an email notification prompting you to return to the dataset record in the CADD to make those changes. Once the admin has determined that the dataset meets all established standards, they will publish your dataset. You will be automatically notified once your dataset has been published. If you have any further questions about the COVID and Adolescent Development Dataverse, please feel free to contact us at the email listed below. Thank you for watching.